Hello class, this is Tyler Wegner, and this is my presentation for automated driving vehicles for AMGT 401. Okay, so I want to start this presentation off by some of my personal opinions on automated driving vehicles. I think it's good and bad. For me personally, I like driving. It's interactive, I don't know, something about it. I just don't really mind driving. So for me, I don't ever see myself purchasing one of these vehicles, even if they're affordable and effective. I just think that would make my drive extremely boring. I do see where they could be used in as a personal vehicle, but I also think that maybe it's going to cause people to form bad habits while they're using these vehicles, such as, I don't know, are they going to be texting all the time, sleeping? Are they going to be paying attention at all while the vehicle is supposedly driving itself? And I don't know, I just think these habits might form and then carry over to when the owner of one of these vehicles has to actually drive another vehicle. Aside from that, commercial vehicles such as semis and public buses, I think there's a lot of potential there for being able to save money from paying employees to drive semis and drive the city buses. It'll really save a lot of money for the cities that are funding these buses and the companies that use these semi trucks. So I chose to do my presentation on the American Center for Mobility, which is located in Ypsilanti, Michigan. I think Michigan is a perfect spot for this to be a headquarters because we are the Motor City. People, they recognize Michigan as the headquarters for the automotive industry in the United States, and I think it's important to keep that going for Michigan and keep these jobs here. I know there's 9 other facilities all over the United States that are going to be used as well, but I do think it's very important for Michigan to have a strong standpoint in this new industry that's coming. So it's in Ypsilanti, Michigan. I was looking at a video of the current condition the plant's in, and it's very good that it's going to be renovated and reused. So the plant was used in the 1950s by Henry Ford to build the B-52 bombers during World War II. So it's pretty historic. It's got history behind it. And then it was then used by General Motors as a plant up until 2010. And then since then, it looks like it's pretty much been abandoned. It's overgrown with shrubs and grass and weeds. So it's going to be nice for the city of Ypsilanti to actually be able to renovate that and be able to use that. I also think it's very a good thing that AT&T is going to be partnered with the American Center for Mobility because they're going to be linked into these automated driving vehicles, and they have to implement things such as secure networks. I think that's going to be a huge thing. When I was looking up these automated driving vehicles, everyone said, oh, it's going to be hacked, it's going to be hacked. So AT&T's main focus during this project is to secure their network so that this doesn't happen. So obviously that's going to be a huge safety feature. The track or the course on the facility, it has a lot of different situations like a 700-foot tunnel or a wooded area, and then they also talked about having like a ice cream stand or using the gas station that's on the property as an imaginary stand, and they're going to be able to create a town that the vehicle can drive through and make sure that it can operate in all kinds of different settings. Also, with Michigan, as you know, since most of us in this class live here, we get all the seasons, which is very important that these cars can operate in ice and snow and rain and not just on a perfectly sunny day when driving conditions are good. So you have to be able to, this is going to be able to set the manufacturers and the testing teams to make sure that these vehicles can operate in these conditions. I also was looking at I looked at the other 9 locations, and I vacation a lot in Florida, and their roads and their highways are very different than us. So I like the fact that they have one down there, and especially that their main focus down there is going to be that these vehicles can operate during very harsh weather such as a hurricane or road flooding, which is very common down there. And I think it's just a good idea in general just to have these testing facilities all over the country, because the climate is different everywhere, and it's going to be important that these cars can go over state lines and know the different roads and the different laws. Obviously, not everywhere has Michigan left, so I'm really intrigued to see how these vehicles unfold and how these people that are developing these cars are going to implement this to where when you cross over state lines, is the vehicle going to know that it's in a totally different highway system now and how it's going to operate. So it's going to be pretty exciting. I think the technology really has a long ways to go, but with this new testing facilities all over, I have a feeling that it's going to go by rather quickly, and that these vehicles, we're going to start seeing a lot more of these vehicles on the road. Hope you guys enjoyed. I can't wait to watch you guys' video and see your opinions on this. Thanks for watching.